What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today was another very strong day for AMC stock, closing at $40 flat per share, up 1.37%. So I will take this any day of the week. This same pattern as we did see last time with earnings, when AMC went from about $28 all the way up to $53, is still in formation. We are still starting to see the same things happening yet again. So all in all, I do think we are going to see a post earnings rally. Like I've said many times, if you're subscribed to this channel, you already know this, but 2 to 4 weeks after the earnings day is when we top out at least all throughout 2021. We have had red days on earnings, and then the following month or so we hit very high levels, right? Going from $8 up to $15, $8 to $72, and then from $30 to $53. So we'll briefly talk about that, but there's a lot of other great things to get into. Just going over the data, the Ortex data, Stonko Tracker data, 13F filings, and what Adam Aaron did say today. And then I do want to warn you guys of some FUD that you guys are seeing that is really nothing to be too concerned about. So hit that like button for me, consider subscribing to the channel, all of that typical stuff that you guys do for me. I do greatly appreciate it. Love all you guys for making this possible, helping me to trace my dreams and get better every single day. Now let's talk AMC. So like I said, up 1.37%, now down 2 pennies in after hours, 0.05%. Overall, it has been pretty strong since earnings has actually happened. Yes, we have fallen, but we are still in this same pattern of what we did last earnings. So this was really no surprise. We've seen a green day the earnings August 9th, seen a green day at just this earnings call November 8th, and then 2 red days after that. And then we did start this bullish uptrend from $30 up to about $38 last time around August 9th. We're looking like we're going to go through that same trajectory yet again. In my opinion, breakout past $45, likely retest about $53, probably go even higher than that. $60 would not shock me at the current moment. There's a lot of good news that investors are sorting through and trying to figure out how to value the company. Now, we did see very low volume on the day, so this is actually a great thing that we did go up 1.37% with only 23 million for volume, not even 23.5 million for volume. If we typically, if you would see retail investors selling out, you would see price drops on low volume days, as you're not seeing that constant buying coming in to support the price. But we are seeing a lot of people holding on to the stock. Once there is another catalyst, or just, you know, this information from earnings does get digested and seen as positive for the stock, then we will see that price increase as more volume does go into the company. And that's going to be very key once we talk about the 13F filings, because we now have Vanguard, we have BlackRock, we have Renaissance Technologies that have all put in their 13F filings. The most important firms, forget Citadel, I want to know what the almost 10% holders, Vanguard and BlackRock, have been doing with their positions. And we'll talk about that in just a second after this Ortex data. And as always, take this with a big grain of salt. Ortex is only saying we have a 16.65% short interest of free float, but we did just have the settlement day back here October 29th, where we did come in at 18.5% short interest at about 95 million shares that are currently sold short, with a 2.66 days to cover. And ever since pretty much November, we did go up a little bit, obviously heading into earnings, but we have had a major sell-off after earnings. We were down about 11.5% the day after earnings, and then down about 5%, give or take, the day after that. So I think you're definitely seeing, or you have already seen, a decent amount of shorting activity that has happened since earnings has happened. So I don't think the 16.65% estimate is accurate at all. Likely over 18.5%, probably to about 19.5% if I were to estimate that. Now, share utilization is at 84.96%. It's not high, it's not low, it's sort of in the middle. It's not really moving around too much now. And the free float on loan is 18.76%. Then again, I think that is just totally false. But the situation here, still incredibly bullish. Shorts have not covered. This trade is very much alive. And I've never been more bullish on AMC. Now let's talk about the 13F filings, what you guys need to know. And the big firms, like I said, have not sold out of their positions. We see Renaissance Technology with about 47 million shares that have held on to their whole position, as well as BlackRock that has also held on to its whole entire position of 40 million shares. Those two companies control almost 20% of AMC shares. So that was very important, as well as Renaissance Technologies. This is something that a lot of people, have been following, me, myself included, because they are the best performing hedge fund of all time. And they have shares at $47.37 per share, 2.5 million shares worth. So that's a pretty substantial amount overall. Not too much of their overall portfolio, only about 0.12%, so about 1/10 of 1%, but still a decent position in their portfolio nevertheless. And the fact that they bought so much AMC and continue to hold on is a great sign overall. Now, just for all the other 13F filings, most of them are just coming in as basically neutral. Firms have not really bought anymore. They've not really sold anymore. They're kind of just chilling with their same positions. You are seeing some call positions and some put positions that have been exited, but that is obviously going to happen when you're playing derivatives like options. And just overall, the picture here is very, very bullish. Now we'll go ahead and pull up market beat for AMC and take a look at the buying and the selling that has happened over the last quarter in a dollar amount from the hedge funds. And as we could see, let's get out of this. How do I get out of this? Oh, they're screwing me now. Last time we checked, it was about $2 million worth that was sold and $570 million that was actually bought. And I'd imagine those numbers are a lot higher. I should have done this beforehand, but I'm not going to go through, making an account at this current moment. But the overall consensus from the hedge funds and institutions, very bullish nevertheless. Now, the Stocko tracker data, we're looking at some interesting numbers for next week. About 190,000 calls that are out of the money, 29,000 calls that are currently in the money. So a substantial amount of calls that are out of the money. If we do see AMC continue to go up, then we could see a bit of a gamma squeeze. And then obviously after that, December 17th, watch that date. And then January 21st, 2022. I'm not going to go too in depth on that. Not going to get carried away with it because we do have quite a bit of time until even December 17th, a little bit over a month. And then obviously January, quite a bit the ways down the road, but it will be here very, very shortly. So we're going to see some volatile moves here in the next couple of months. And finally, the last thing I want to talk about before I warn you guys about the FUD is this tweet right here 20 hours ago from Adam Aaron. Big news flash. As promised, many new ways now to pay online at AMC. We proudly now accept, drumroll please, Bitcoin, Ethereum, Bitcoin Cash, and Litecoin. Also Apple Pay, Google Pay, and PayPal. Incredibly, they already account for 14% of our total online transactions. Dogecoin next. So this does have a lot of people excited. They're obviously saying things and they're actually doing them. They're not a company that is saying, hey, we're gonna do this, and it's years later or 6 months later when they're actually starting to implement this. This was announced in October, and we're already seeing this implemented, and Dogecoin should be coming by the end of the year, if not the first quarter of 2021. I don't know for cryptos in general how much it'll actually affect the value of AMC. I'm sure it'll add a little bit of value to AMC, but it's more so a hype thing for the stock. I think that's really what it'll do as far as, boost the share price, probably just cause, FOMO buyers to get into it. I think a lot of people would have been more excited if they would have actually held crypto on their balance sheet. Yes, it is more risky, but you can also make a lot more by doing that. And Adam Aaron said on the earnings call, they are not going to be doing that. All in all, I don't really care about the whole thing. Like I said, I think it will cause some FOMO buying kind of activities. A lot of people are going to like those headlines once they come out. Now, this is the FUD that I do want to remind you guys of and warn you of. So AMC CEO Adam Aaron sold 25 million in shares Tuesday after warning meme investors he would do so. This is because, if you guys have seen the earnings call, the past two of them, he said this, and he's 67 years old. He has to start planning for his estate, what to do in the event that he passes before he would be able to. So he was advised to diversify his portfolio because most of his net worth is in AMC shares, and that's exactly what he's been doing. I believe the selling is done for now. I think there's going to be a couple rounds of selling But still, this is something we knew about. I wouldn't let, anybody, whoever's saying this to you guys in real life or in videos or anything else deter you guys from coming to your own conclusions. This is not a negative thing whatsoever. It's going to happen. It's expected when the CEO of your company you're invested in is 67 years old and most of his net worth is in AMC stock. And he did not sell AMC when AMC was much higher in the $70 to $80 range. So that right there, just want to put that in this video, that nothing to be concerned about. And like I said, to wrap up this video, what I really think is going to happen, I do think we will break out past $53. I think the next couple of months, as you typically hear, well, you might have heard this, but typically you get a Santa Claus rally. So you get a rally from end of November through December, and then you usually do see a sell-off in between January and March. That's kind of what we've seen, over the past couple of years as well. If you've been invested in the marketplace, the second half of November and December tend to be very strong months overall, or just a very strong time period. So I think AMC is going to benefit as well. If we break out past $50, a lot of these short positions that were initiated in the $60 to $70 range are going to start going negative, and that's where you're going to see a lot of short sellers want to cover on their short positions, just because to watch a position go from positive to negative when you are in all control of keeping your gains or turning it into losses, you're going to be much more inclined to cover on that short position to get that off of your balance sheet. But that is going to conclude this video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your weekend. As always, I will see you in the next video. Check out the links in the description for free stocks, the link for the buy and sell alerts if you guys want to be notified every time I make a trade in stock, options, and or crypto. It literally pays for itself. So you guys enjoy the rest of your day, the rest of your weekend, and I will see you in the next one.